Right, let's talk about money. Specifically the magical internet money that zips around the globe, allowing you to buy an ill-advised inflatable T-Rex costume at 3 in the morning for a solid 72 hours last week, starting on a particularly chaotic Monday. A huge chunk of that magic simply vanished. PayPal, the granddaddy of digital wallets, went down. Not just oops, the app is a bit slow down. We're talking full-on lights out. Tumbleweeds rolling through the data center down. A massive cascading server failure, originating from their primary US hubs, effectively unplugging the service for the entire world. It was a digital apocalypse, a pay-pocalypse. Now you might think, okay, a US tech company had a meltdown, sad for them. We have croissants, sensible healthcare, and an abundance of historical ruins to look at. We'll be fine. And you would be adorably, catastrophically wrong. The PayPal outage hit Europe like a digital tidal wave. The impact was immediate and severe. Picture a German artist trying to sell their work to a buyer in New York. That transaction simply ceased to exist. Or the Irish shop that uses PayPal as its sole method. For 3 days their shop was effectively closed to the world. The problem is one of scale and habit. For millions, PayPal isn't just an option, it's the option. It's the default button you click without thinking. When that button stopped working, it wasn't just an inconvenience, it was a hard stop on commerce. A French tourist in Prague found their PayPal-linked card declined. An Italian freelancer couldn't receive a payment from a British client. SMEs were particularly brutalized. So, why is this the case? Why is a continent of nearly 450 million people so reliant on a handful of companies from Silicon Valley? The answer is a mix of history, innovation, and sheer, unadulterated market dominance. American tech giants like PayPal, Visa, MasterCard were first movers. They built the digital payments infrastructure while European banks struggled with clunky sites. First mover advantage created a powerful network effect. For a European merchant, not offering PayPal meant willfully ignoring customers who had saved one-click checkouts. PayPal built plugins for every e-commerce platform. Integration became trivial, and the default. European efforts were fragmented. A great German app might be unknown in Poland. It's about capital and risk culture. Silicon Valley pours huge sums into global plays. Europe historically favored more conservative investment. They mastered integration. Deals with banks, card issuers, and platforms made them the path of least resistance. Europe has been great at regulation, but it hasn't produced the dominant platforms. It became the rule maker for a game it doesn't control. Alright, so the situation is, and I believe this is the technical term, a complete mess. What can be done? The first step is to accelerate homegrown alternatives. The European Payments Initiative is a perfect example. A single card and wallet that works from Lisbon to Helsinki for in-store, online, and peer-to-peer. This needs political will and public adoption. Governments and EU institutions must actively promote it. Imagine public transit, government portals and utilities prioritizing the European standard. You have to convince people the EU option is safe, efficient, and a matter of collective economic security. Foster grassroots innovation, better VC access, harmonized rules, and less red tape for startups. Introduce rules requiring independent EU data centers and operational staff on European soil, so US outages don't automatically take Europe offline. It's a vital insurance policy, building digital flood defenses to keep local commerce running. So in the end, why does all this matter? Why should anyone care about technical standards and corporate strategies for digital payments? Because it's about sovereignty. Every payment is a data point. What you bought, where, and when. Most transactions processed outside Europe send that data out of the continent. That data trains AI, develops products, predicts markets, handing blueprints of Europe's economy to outsiders. A sovereign payment system keeps data in Europe and builds resilience and autonomy. The PayPal outage was technical, but future failures could be political. A European system would be immune to external pressure. It prevents transactions from becoming bargaining chips. It's basic economic self-defense. Building sovereign payments keeps fees, data, and control in Europe, fueling growth and innovation. So a small business in Greece can sell to Germany without depending on a Virginia server farm. The great PayPal outage of 2025 was painful. If it pushes Europe to build a more resilient, independent digital future, it might have been worth it.